It's a blessing, certainly when you've got your starting quarterback back, for sure. I mean, we've had great ones that have come in, that it was their first year in our system and have done well. But it's always great when you're not starting over, and you've got a guy that's grown, had some experience under his belt, and that's. I mean, Cade Klubnik's a great young man, a great talent. He's just blossoming right before our eyes, physically and mentally, and also as a leader. So we're excited about year 2 with him as our starter, and also with Garrett. This will be Cade's first time, to have the same coach, same system. So I think we all expect to see some great growth from that.
Back here with Sam Acho and Eric McLean. And Eric, you heard Dabo say it. It's another year with the same QB, another year with the same QB-OC tandem. You are a Clemson alumnus. You know that QB bar is high there. What are the keys to Klubnik making strides in year 2?
Well, the most important thing is it's year 2. We see so much growth from quarterbacks when they go in from their first season to their second, and natural progression, things that you see, understanding the offense. By the while, he was learning a new offense last year as his first year as a starter. So those natural things that we'll see there. Accuracy is never a concern, but just knowing where to go with the football, having those hot reads, getting his checks. If he sees something, getting out of the bad play, and it doesn't help, or it doesn't hurt when you have a guy like Phil Maffa behind him, and the healthy wide receivers that he'll have back. Remember last year, Clemson was ridiculed with injury at the wide receiver position. The things that they are trying to do now with those guys will certainly help them get back to where they want to be.
And the great thing about the quarterback position, at least Cade Klubnik, is that the problems are easy to fix. 9 interceptions, 10 fumbles, 5 of them lost. But they happen at critical times, whether it's in the fourth quarter or at the goal line. That's when those fumbles happen. And so if you're pressing, you're trying to do too much, all of a sudden you can see issues start to come. Well, if you find ways to eliminate some of that pressure you may put on yourself, eliminate the noise, all of a sudden you see like a Jalen Milroe situation. Struggled early last year, got benched, came back and dominated. And so for me, I look at some of the issues, but some of the opportunity for growth. They are easy fixes as you mature.
Yeah, I mentioned that 5-game win streak to close this season. The defense does get a good amount of credit for that. Eric, coming into 2024, where does this defense rank amongst the nation's best?
Yeah, they're going to have the opportunity to be the best in the country. When you see who they return, that secondary is no joke. We've been here at Media Day all along talking to Coach Swinney, talking with Cade Klubnik, and these guys are electric. A bunch of freshmen last year. When you look at Khalil Barnes, a guy that was just essential, to the success and the things that they were able to do. Terrell at the corner position, Koval at the corner position, Mickens, they're loaded in the secondary. Then arguably the best linebacking core in the entire country. You got Barrett Carter, who's an All-American. You look at Wade Woodaz, a guy that is an absolute thumper, that is thriving in the role that he has now. And then just a little 5-star freshman that, is going to try to make his way on the field, and Sammy Brown. So when I add all that up, I see the talent that the defensive line has that they're known to have, right, forever. I mean, historically, first rounder after first rounder that Clemson produces, they're going to get back to their ways of old on defense, putting together now 2 years in a row where they are absolutely elite.
And as much as Clemson struggled last year, they still had a top 10 defense. Their defense ranked number 8 in points given up or in yards given up. And so they're returning, to your point, their defensive leader, their star linebacker, Barrett Carter, a guy who could have gone to the NFL last year, but he wanted to come back and play even better. All of a sudden, you talk about those 4 young who were freshmen last year who all had interceptions, all returning in the defensive backfield. And so you think about the returning talent. You think about the consistency in coordinators. For me, Clemson has a test early against Georgia, but after that, there's major opportunity. Yes, Florida State is on the schedule, but if they win that early game, it could be another multiple double-digit win season and a playoff appearance for Clemson.